Recently, OpenAI unveiled Sora, their most innovative technology. OpenAI's generative AI model for text-to-video is called Sora. Thus far, this text-to-video generative artificial intelligence model appears quite remarkable, offering immense potential in numerous industries. What do we know about OpenAI's Sora? Sora is a diffusion model, just like text-to-image generative AI models like DALL-E 3, Stable Diffusion, and Midjourney. This implies that machine learning is used to gradually change the pictures into something that resembles the prompt's description from the beginning. When each frame of the video is composed entirely of static noise, videos created with Sora can last up to 60 seconds. Sora is innovative in that it evaluates many video frames simultaneously, which addresses the issue of maintaining object consistency as objects come and go from view. Sora employs a transformer design in conjunction with a diffusion concept, similar to that of GPT. It has been observed that diffusion models are great at generating low-level texture, but poor at global composition, while transformers have the opposite problem when combining these two model types. In other words, you want a diffusion model to create the details and a GPT-like transformer model to decide on the high-level arrangement of the video frames. OpenAI gives a high-level explanation of how this combination functions in a technical essay on the deployment of Sora. Diffusion models divide images into more manageable rectangular patches. These patches are three-dimensional for video because they last throughout time. Patches can be compared to tokens in large language models, except that instead of being a part of a phrase, they are part of a collection of images. The model's diffusion component creates the content for each patch, while the transformer component arranges the patches. Another peculiarity of this hybrid architecture is that the process of constructing patches employs a dimensionality reduction step to make video generation computationally practical, meaning that computation does not need to occur on every pixel for every frame. In DALL-E 3, Sora employs a recaptioning technique to accurately capture the substance of the user's query. This means that the user prompt is rewritten using GPT to include a great deal more detail before any video is created. In essence, automatic, quick engineering is what it is. What are the limitations of Sora? OpenAI points out a number of issues with Sora's current release. Because Sora lacks an underlying grasp of physics, real-world physical laws might not always be followed. The model's lack of understanding of cause and consequence is one illustration of this. Right now, it's unknown if Sora is reliable. Although all of the OpenAI samples are of the highest caliber, it's unknown how many of them were chosen at random. It's typical practice when employing text-to-image programs to generate 10 or 20 images, from which the best one is selected. The number of photos produced by the OpenAI team to enable the videos shown in their announcement piece is unknown. Adoption would be hampered if you had to produce hundreds or thousands of movies in order to obtain one that was usable. Everyone will have to wait till the tool is publicly accessible before we can respond to this query. What use cases does Sora have? Videos can be started from scratch or extended to a longer length using Sora. Moreover, it can complete video frames that are missing. Sora claims to make creating films without image editing experience much simpler, much like text-to-image generative AI tools have made creating images without technical image editing knowledge much easier. These are some important use cases. You may use Sora to make short films for YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, and TikTok, among other social media sites. Filming content that is hard or unattainable is particularly appropriate. For instance, it would be technically challenging to record this Lagos scene in 2056 for a social media post, but it is simple to produce with Sora. Traditionally, producing advertisements, promotional movies, and product demos has been costly. Text-to-video Sora and other AI tools promise to significantly reduce the cost of this operation. In the case below, a tourism board hoping to advertise California's Big Sur area had two options. They could spend less time and money by using AI, or they could rent a drone to get aerial photos of the area. Even in cases where AI video isn't utilized in the finished output, it might be useful for rapidly illustrating concepts. AI can be used by filmmakers to create scene mock-ups before filming, and by designers to produce movies of finished goods before they are built. As an illustration, a toy firm may use AI to create a mock-up of a new pirate ship toy before deciding to produce them on a large scale. Data from being utilized. Financial and personally identifiable data are prominent use cases for numerical data. Although there must be strict controls on access to these data sets, you can produce artificial data that has comparable characteristics and make it publicly available. Computer vision systems are trained using synthetic video data, among other applications. The U.S. Air Force employs synthetic data to enhance the ability of its computer vision systems for unmanned aerial vehicles to detect cars and buildings in inclement weather and at night. What are the risks associated with Sora? Although the product is still in its early stages of development, the hazards are anticipated to be comparable to those associated with text-to-image models. Without safeguards, Sora can produce offensive or unsavory content, such as videos that glorify or promote illicit activity, feature violence, gore, or sexually explicit content. It can also produce hateful depictions of particular groups of people. The definition of improper content varies greatly based on the application and setting in which the video is created. Additionally, because of its capability, it is feasible to produce deep-fake videos in which actual people or events are altered to make them seem false. When this information is mistakenly or purposefully presented as fact, it can lead to issues. Chief AI Governance and Ethics Officer of DigiDiplomacy stated in a written statement that AI is reshaping campaign strategies, voter engagement, and the very fabric of electoral integrity. The ability to strategically disseminate false narratives and target legitimate sources with harassment, aiming to undermine confidence in public institutions and foster animosity towards various nations and groups of people, is possessed by convincing yet fake AI videos of politicians or their opponents. What is it that the chat GPT-5 can accomplish that Sora can't? Mr. Altman said that GPT-5 would need additional data to train on, giving away some of its cleverness. He stated that the strategy involved utilizing both extensive proprietary datasets from organizations and publicly accessible datasets from the internet. Midway through January, Mr. Altman made the following statement on Bill Gates' Unconfuse Me podcast. Multimodality will definitely be important. It implies speaking out and speech in, pictures, finally, a video. Evidently, a lot of people desire it. We'll be able to take that even farther, but perhaps the most significant advancements will concern thinking skills. At the moment, GPT-4 can only reason in a very limited number of ways, he stated.
Maybe the most important areas of progress will be around reasoning ability. Right now, GPT-4 can reason in only extremely limited ways. If you ask GPT-4 most questions 10,000 times, one of those 10,000 is probably pretty good, but it doesn't always know which one. And you'd like to get the best response of 10,000 each time. So that'll be that increase in reliability will be important.
But Mr. Altman has previously stated that until the model's training was underway, it would be difficult to foresee its new abilities and skills. Primarily, it must surpass GPT-4 Turbo, the advanced model that OpenAI made available to subscribers at a cost in November. How do you feel about Sora from OpenAI? Do you think it is possible for ChatGPT to surpass Sora? Do share your thoughts on this in the comments section. For more interesting stories and updates, subscribe to our channel and do not forget to press the bell icon for notifications. Goodbye.